Tonight, the High Falls Film Festival has its first event of the year, a screening of From the Rough, produced by Bishop Kearney alum Michael Critelli. It stars Taraji P. Henson as the first female to coach an all-male collegiate team. Henson is going to join us at 8:10 on Fox Rochester. And then the real-life Coach Stark is the name of the coach, Catana Starks. She, the woman she plays, of course, in the movie, will be in our studio. She's in town for a special screening. We're going to get a chance to talk to her. Really, really looking forward to this.
Real-life people that movies are about. We got the Rochester Music Hall of Fame. It's how we roll.
It's right here.
It's how we roll, yes. All right, really cool set of circumstances here. In just a few minutes, we're going to meet Coach Catana Starks, the first female to coach an all-male collegiate team. She is in town, actually in our studio right now.
She's sitting right next to us.
For the screening of a movie about her life. How cool is that? Well, as luck would have it, we also have an interview with the actress who plays her.
That's right, Academy Award nominee Taraji P. Henson. Let's start with Henson and her interview with Adam Chodak.
Thank you so much for joining us.
Thank you for having me.
So this is a really exciting movie, and you are playing Coach Starks, if I'm not mistaken?
Yes, Coach Catana Starks.
Why don't you talk about that character? Because she obviously went from a coach of a female team, she was involved with swimming, then she went back to her roots, golf, but here was the big catch. It was a Division I men's team, which was unheard of in that time.
Yeah, totally. And what's so amazing about her story is that when she decided to take the position, that year is the year she took the team to the NCAA championship and won. Not 3 years later, not 5 years later, but the year that she became coach of the men's golf team, they won a championship. And their record to this date has still yet to be broken. She's amazing.
It is amazing. And the movie's called From the Rough. And notable is her stature. She was not a big woman. And when they cast you, did they take that into account, where they looked at your height and your size, but they thought, you know what, she's got a big personality?
I think that they just wanted a good actor. Because I remember having a few conversations with Dr. Catana Starks, and I asked her how important it was to her that I walked like her or looked like her. And she said she wasn't concerned about that. She liked me. She was a fan of my work, and she just wanted me to tell her story. So that took a lot of pressure off of me. It's different when it's an iconic figure, you know, someone that the world knows about. Then you have to pay attention to details like, is the person tall or short like the actual person? But in this case, we're introducing the world to Catana Starks, so.
Yeah, no, absolutely. And was that
they'll see how different it looks in the end.
Yeah, was it difficult for you? Because you've played a lot of different roles. Of course, a lot of people have seen you in A Curious Case of Benjamin Button, which was an ultimate fiction, if you look at it that way. And then you're going to this kind of portrayal. Was that hard? Was that a difficult transition?
No, it's not difficult, just a little scary because she's still alive to critique me. But still fun and exciting nonetheless. I mean, it was a little scary, but, you know, I like scary. I don't like to ever feel complacent because then you stop growing. So if the work doesn't scare me, then I don't take the job.
No, absolutely. And it seems like from the scenes that I've seen, there are some intense moments where she has to really confront adversity from the college staff and then the athletes as well.
Yes. Oh, yeah. She had all the odds stacked against her. She had, I mean, she's a woman trying to coach a new team at the school. They didn't, I mean, the year that they decided to have this men's golf team, that was the first year they had ever established that team at Tennessee State University. It's not like they already had the team. So she had those obstacles stacked against her. She had to try and find players, and the players literally laughed in her face because when you know they found out she was the coach, it's like, a girl coaching guys? No. But the sweet victory is that, you know, she watched everybody eat crow.
Yeah, I know. Real quick, I have 15 seconds. Your thoughts on working with Michael Clark Duncan?
Amazing, amazing person, amazing actor, just a very genuine guy, and he will be totally missed tonight at the premiere.
Great. Thank you so much for your time.
Thank you.
And the great thing is we get to continue the conversation now with the real life Coach Catana Starks. She joins us in studio this morning, along with Tina DaCosta, the High Falls film director, director of the whole thing. And we want to thank you for being with us today. What an honor to have you both with us.
Thank you.
What's it like for you, Dr. Starks, to see someone talk about, or to see your life portrayed on the big screen?
I think it is a wonderful occurrence to happen for me, and I am very pleased. I'm humbled and honored to be represented.
We're going to hear more. We're going to talk to you in a little bit. We're actually going to go to break and come back and hear more from Coach Starks. Thank you so much. We'll be right back. And we continue our conversation with Coach Catana Starks, the subject of a new movie called From the Rough. And with her today is High Falls Film Festival director Tina DaCosta, joining us to talk all about the premiere of the film tonight at the Little Theater. But we're so excited to have you both in studio.
Thank you.
Thank you. So, Coach Starks, let me start with you. We left off earlier with what it's like to see your life portrayed on the screen. We were just talking to Taraji Henson there, the actress, and you were saying it's humbling, isn't it?
Yes, it is.
Yeah.
Yes. I really appreciate what has happened, but I didn't think that anything I have been doing was worth that. So it was surprising to me that someone actually cared about what I was doing.
Yeah.
And that someone being a Rochester native, a Bishop Kearney graduate.
Yes.
Michael Critelli, a 1966 Bishop Kearney graduate, who is the producer, and his son Mike actually wrote the screenplay.
Yes.
So we're very proud that someone local has recognized the story, and now to have the finished product come full circle for us.
Yes.
How is it working with them?
It was great. Mike did a wonderful job. He came initially to interview me and took a lot of notes, went back, and I guess he and his son got together and decided to write the screenplay, and everything started from there.
You seem very humble, and that's one thing I've heard him, actually, when I heard an interview with him, where he said that you were so humble. He was the most humble person he'd ever met. Here you are, you know, the first female, first woman to coach an all-men's collegiate team and teach, you know, golfers. And you didn't think anything of it. You were very humble about it. But that's just who you are, right? I mean, you're not putting on airs. It's just who you are.
I coached high school, and during the high school era, I was head coach for women, assistant men's coach for a year, coached the baseball team when the JV coach couldn't be there, coached fast pitch softball, and swimming and diving for both men and women. So it didn't faze me because I've already had that exposure. And when I arrived at Tennessee State University, I became the head coach for men swimming and diving.
Yeah.
And then we joined the Ohio Valley Conference, and the conference didn't sanction swimming, so they asked that I start a golf team, only because I played.
When you started the golf team at TSU, it wasn't, you didn't have a roster of players ready to go. It was an interesting start to it, wasn't it?
Well, when I started with 2 injured football players, and one of those individuals now is head coach of the football team. And I had 2 other players from the university and a girl, a female. I had to get permission from the NC2A to use her. She was a very good golfer, but she had to play from the men's tees, which placed her at a disadvantage for distance.
So you had this kind of ragtag group of golfers, but you made it, and you made a name for, they made a name for themselves, and in turn you did too. A lot of people admired you for what you did.
Well, that was the original team, but once I started recruiting overseas, that's when I started bringing in some other players. And I had quite a few individuals who became very successful in golf. Sam Puryear, who was head coach at Queens College, he was initially the assistant coach at Stanford, then he moved on and became head coach at Michigan State and won the Big 12 there. And now he is the head coach at Queens College in North Carolina, and he's in charge of both the men and women's program.
Yeah.
Well, we love it, inspiring stories, obviously, and of course this town loves golf. I imagine after the premiere, people are going to want to meet the coach here. How people get tickets and come out and enjoy and celebrate tonight?
We would love all of Rochester to come out and celebrate this film, and it will be at the Little Theater, Little One, the theater in the front on East Avenue. Doors open at 5:30, so they can get tickets at the box office at 5:30, or they can go online to highfallsfilmfestival.com and they can purchase tickets right now, you know, pretty much up until that time when the box office opens. And then the film will begin at 6:30. And the program, because this is the High Falls Film Festival, and we celebrate women in film. And so we'll have a few shorts first, right before the premiere, of other student filmmakers, female filmmakers. And then we'll have the premiere, and then a wonderful Q&A with Dr. Starks and also Mike Critelli, because he will be here
That's
also.
great. So we'll hear from them both, and you guys, you can both sort of play off of each other in an audience situation. Yeah.
Yes. Failed to mention, one of the top persons that came out of my program was Sean Foley, who is Tiger Woods' swing coach, amongst other professional golfers.
There you go.
I have a young man on the European tour, Robert Dinwiddie, who also played in the U.S. Open. And so I've had several people who became PGA professionals.
It all started with her, Coach Catana Starks. Thank you so very much. We appreciate it.
Have fun tonight. Enjoy.
We'll be right back.